Hi everyone. Today I'll be reviewing the book The Green Mountain Kids by Matthew Pearce. I received this copy from the author in exchange for an honest review. The book is set in the year 2050 and America has suffered a horrible economic collapse. It is like the worst in history. The dollar's fallen. The United States government is pretty much no longer governing the nation and it's been left on a state-by-state level. So it's pretty awful. There's been like this really severe depression that settled across the population. So severe it's even been given a nickname called the Sorrow. And it's resulted in waves of mass suicides. The people have just given up all hope. Now, scientists, of course, are trying to find a cure, and they're desperate to turn this around, where it pretty much wipes out the entire population. And they need test subjects for their experiments. And they settle on teens that, won't easily be missed if they kind of disappear. And for that, they settle on a group of kids at Green Mountain High School. Now, Reese Belay, who's one of our main characters, is one of the teens that has been chosen, along with Ginny, a rather frail teenage girl who's his girlfriend, and a group of kids. There's Lisa, Calypso, who's featured on the cover, Dugan, Martin, and Rory. And they all are sort of in this little, they call them like Reese's gang. Reese is sort of their leader. And they all suffer these horrible headaches and sometimes seizures as a result of the experiments they've been put through by these scientists. And luckily Reese's dad happens to be a pharmacist, and he sort of supplies the kids with drugs and things to kind of ease their pain, although Calypso has sort of found her own methods of pain relief. Now, with regards to that, I didn't really care for the method that she chooses. I thought dealing with teens just was a bit much and uncomfortable to read, so I didn't really care for that aspect of the character. But overall, I liked the characters. They were a nice, tight-knit group. They all cared about each other. They looked after each other. Reese's gang is not the first group that has been put through these experiments. There was a previous group, and as a result of the experiments, they started to develop these abilities. And when that happened, this mysterious group known as the Black Suits showed up and took all the kids away, and they were never seen again. So as you can imagine, Reese and his gang are desperate to kind of keep what's happening to them a secret because they are starting to develop abilities. The world building I thought was very well done, a little creepy too, dealing with the current economy and, reports in the news talking about a U.S. government shutdown if we don't raise the deficit ceiling. So it's very plausible, realistic possibility of a world in the future if things don't change. Within this world, I felt that there were like a lot of questions left unanswered within this, at least the first book here. Why were teens chosen as opposed to adults? Weren't there adults that could be easily, taken and no questions asked? How were these teens initially taken? Was there, how did they explain their sudden disappearance and then sudden reappearance? And who are these Black Suits and what do they do with the first group of kids? So that I think is something that will be playing out in the second book as to who this mysterious group is and what do they want. And do they want more than just a cure for the sorrow? Are they looking for these abilities and something they can turn around and use? Now, I'm not going to go into the abilities and keep that fairly spoiler-free, but I felt that the abilities shown in the book were a bit underwhelming. I was expecting something a lot more powerful and spectacular, but as you get towards the end of the book, there's a major action sequence, and it's sort of hinted that perhaps the kids don't really understand enough about what they're developing yet, or how to use it. So I think the snippets that we're seeing in this first book aren't revealing enough yet. So that might be something, like I said, that'll show up in the second book. Overall, I think the pacing, I have to say the pacing through most of the book was a little bit slow because it's a lot dealing with the world building and the character building, which was very well done. Like I said, I liked all the characters. There's really good backstories to each one of them. So it gave you a sense of caring for what was happening to them. But the pacing until that major action sequence at the end was a bit slow. So I'm looking more for a definite pickup in the second book and a little more information revealing. And that second book is going to be called Green Mountain Winter. That'll be due out in December or January, near the end of this year, basically. And if you're interested in picking up Green Mountain Kids, you can get a copy on Amazon or pick up a Kindle book for currently 99 cents. And overall, I gave Green Mountain Kids 3 stars on Goodreads. So thanks for watching. I hope you decided to give it a try. Hope you enjoyed it. Bye-bye.